Hi, Anthony. Uh, how was it? Did it feel like you guys just struggled to kind of get in a consistent groove? I mean, you had some spurts there, and then they just made big plays that kept you from, sustaining it.
Yeah, it seems like over the last couple of games, that's what it's been. It's like we'll make a couple good plays, get a couple stops, or make a couple shots, and then not we're not stringing together for longer stretches. And like that's like how you want to run. So it's like we get a lot of runs started, but then we allow like one mistake or one slip up to end our run, and then our momentum's killed. I think in our last 3 games, really, that's been why we've given up leads or why the games have been so close, and we can't sort of like get over the hump.
You obviously had a good night from 3-point range, but you guys ended up, I think, taking 58 3-pointers. What do you think about your guys' overall looks from 3-point range tonight?
I mean, we had a bunch of good ones. I myself, like I had a bunch of good looks. Like even in the second half, like I didn't hit them. But like I got a bunch of wide open shots, and it's really just locking in that much more to hit the ones. Like if that's their game plan, then give us wide open threes and go say Warriors. We hit those shots. So that's how I look at it. Like next time you give me those looks, I'm gonna hit them.
And you obviously don't think about it in the game as far as career night, things like that. But at halftime, is there a moment where you're like, I already got 22, I've tied my career high? Like, how does that kind of go into your thought process during a game?
Well, I've had great first halves. Like I had a bunch of great first halves over the last stretch, but being able to lock in and finish a game, I think is going to be a progression evolution. For me personally, to be able to put a whole game together. And like I have a bunch of guys that lead by example that can play a whole game. They hit a bunch of big shots on the stretch, and being able to watch them or find whatever it is I need to be able to, I guess, get over that hump myself, is gonna be big because if you're the guy shooting the shots and hitting the open ones in the first half, they're gonna be looking for you in the second half. And I got a bunch of open ones, but just didn't hit them the same way I did in the first.
What was it like to have Andrew Wiggins and Andre Iguodala back out there? And sure, they might have showed some rust, but that's kind of to be expected, I guess.
It was unbelievable. Being able to play with Iggy and then Wiggs is awesome. I don't know how many games I even got to really play with Wiggs before we played a stretch together, but like I've been able to play more and be able to get reps with all these guys is like unbelievable. Like sort of like a dream for me. Like watching them growing up and like being able to actually be on the court with them and hoop is an unbelievable experience. And I know the rust isn't gonna last for long. The more they play, the more we get those reps on the court, everything's gonna start clicking again, and it's gonna happen quickly.
Anthony, you're shooting like 40% from three this year. Have you been able to improve so much as a shooter? And like, is there something you can kind of gain just being in this organization, being around all these other shooters?
Yeah, I just work. I just work. I just put my head down, just work on my shot. I know myself as a player. I know what I need to bring into the team to help the team. And I try to stay in that lane. Sometimes I get out of it, but most of the times I try to stay right in that lane. And a lot of that's being able to hit open shot to take the pressure off the guys that hit all the tough shots the whole game. So I put a lot of work into that, and I'm continue to do so and continue to get better at it.
Do you feel like you've proved yourself or played your way into a full-time deal just with the opportunity you've had over the last 32 games, I think 32 games with your two-way deal?
For me, it's not even really about proving myself. Like the biggest thing is like in playing for the Warriors, I view the Warriors as like the best team in the NBA. Like I grow up and watching the Warriors are the best team in the NBA. So that's not what our record shows right now. So I want to help in whatever facet I can to make us get to that point. And whatever role it is, with all the guys have played 10 minutes, 5 minutes, no minutes, whatever I can do to make us get back to that point where we're the best team in the NBA and showing it every day, that's what I want to do. All the prove myself is going to happen through the work towards winning. And I know at the end of the day, it's going to be where the coaches, the front office see how much I impact winning. And that's what I want to do. And I want to have a great night on a losing team, I want to be part of the Golden State Warriors, the best team in the NBA.
We've talked about your 3-point shooting. You were just kind of talking about, oh, sorry. We talked about your 3-point shooting, talked about how you want to help the Warriors win in any way. Is there one part of your game where you want to improve the most though right now?
The biggest thing I would say is defensively, being able to be as versatile as possible. There's a couple positions that I'm not all the way comfortable with, that I'm trying to clean up and do it as quickly as I can. So I know that whatever lineup I get subbed into, I can play any position and be a solid defender in any spot. And I think that's the biggest focus for me, knowing that we have a bunch of guys that can shots, a bunch of guys that can make the right plays. I can stay in the corner and still help the team just by shooting the open ones, but being able to be versatile on defense is the most important thing to me. And I'm trying to grind on that as much as I can.